I'm like the definition of fixes makeup, but it doesn't fix hair. Hello everyone, so I am here today to bring you a 3-month post-op update on my eyelid surgery. I keep calling it eyelid surgery mainly because I don't know how to pronounce let's see how the internet pronounces it.
Blepharoplasty.
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 Blepharoplasty. So I am going to do a quick Q&A with some of the questions that I've gotten in person from friends and family members, as well as a few questions that you guys had DM'd me. So let's just jump into it. The number one question that I got, and I don't blame anyone for asking, is how much did it cost? No, this was not covered by insurance. I don't want to quote an exact price just for the reason of depending on where you live, it's going to cost different amounts. If you live in LA, it's probably gonna cost more money. If you live in New York City, it's probably gonna cost more money. I will say that it costs half the amount of what I was anticipating it was costing. In a lot of my research, the blepharoplasty is done in combination with other procedures, and I wasn't aware of that when I was doing my research. So it actually cost half the amount that I was expecting it to cost, which was of course a very welcome surprise. How did I find my surgeon? I saw Dr. Sammy Sinno. He was absolutely incredible, and I cannot recommend him enough if you are in Chicago. His name had actually popped up a few times when I was just doing research and Googling. I've always kind of had fun researching surgeons, which sounds ridiculous, but I've always had fun researching surgeons for this because it's something that I've wanted since I was like 15, so I knew that I wanted to do it. I had started researching probably a year ago, and his name had come up a few times in my research, along with a lot of other surgeons in Chicago that are phenomenal because Chicago is so fortunate to have so many incredible surgeons. And then a few of the bloggers that I follow here in Chicago, actually, I saw were going to him. And not to say that like, oh, I went to them, because they did, but when you follow people and you trust people, like I hope that I help my followers with recommendations, I do the same thing with people that I follow. And it kind of made me feel really reassured that other people who were kind of in my age group trusted him as well, because there's nothing worse than going to a doctor and feeling like you can't relate to them or they can't relate to you. Because if someone is about to change my face, I want to feel comfortable with them and I want to feel like I can talk to them. I went in for a consult after Dr. Sinno personally called me twice. He left me a voicemail and I just got so busy and felt awful. I didn't get back to him right away, and he called me and I picked up, and it was him. It was not someone at the front desk, it was not a nurse, it was him. And he said, "Hey, I saw that you were looking for more information. Why don't you come in?" And I said, well, I'd really like to come in with my mom, and she's probably only available to come in on a Saturday. He was like, no problem. I was like, you're personally calling me twice and you're coming in on a Saturday morning. It really felt like he just cared, and that's what made me feel so trusting going in there. So we went in there, I went with my mom, I brought her along, and I immediately was just like, all right, let's do it. I was planning on doing it over Christmas, and we ended up doing it about a month later over Thanksgiving. So that's how I found my surgeon. Did it hurt? No, I would just say that it felt really uncomfortable. Before the surgery, you take some happy pills, or at least I did. Take some happy pills, you're feeling loose, you're feeling good, and then you go in and you are shot with tiny, tiny, tiny little needles to be numbed. On the second eye, I believe he did my right eye first, and then when he got to the second eye, I started to feel a little bit. And it's kind of strange because you're awake. So your eyes are shut, but things start to get bright, but your eyes are shut. And then about halfway through, things get dark again when you're being closed. So it's very strange. It doesn't hurt. It was uncomfortable. When he got to my second eye, I started to feel a little bit. It felt a little prickly. So he just hit me with a little more numbing, and it was totally fine. I felt totally safe, totally comfortable. Did it hurt? No. Was it uncomfortable? Yes. How was the recovery? The recovery was great. I really didn't have any issues. The timing that I got it done was perfect and it worked out phenomenal. I got it done on a Tuesday and Thanksgiving was on that Thursday. So I worked from home on Wednesday. I was off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I got my stitches out Monday morning. And I went into work that afternoon. I didn't feel self-conscious or worried at all. I actually just wore my glasses on Monday to work, and that for the most part covered up any redness I had, and all I had was a tiny little bruise on my left side that I covered up with a little bit of powder that Monday at work. I don't think anyone noticed. If they did notice, they were just really nice and didn't point it out, like, hey, your eyes look swollen. But honestly, the swelling really wasn't that bad at all, so I felt totally comfortable being back at work. I also work in a very dark office. My office is really dark, so that was probably a contributing factor. But I would say that you don't want to probably be at work when you have black stitches in. So once the stitches are out, you'll probably feel a lot more comfortable being at work. I almost forgot, I did have one little snafu, but it wasn't even really a snafu. I went in probably a month ago. I was in his office and I still had a touch of swelling. I'll insert a picture now. You can see that I still had some swelling around my lash line. So he just said that he wanted to go in with a little bit of a steroid with a needle, and just to really kind of help push that along and make sure all the swelling was going down. He was like, all you'll have is just a little steri strip to wear for the rest of the day. It's like, fine, no problem, no biggie. He does the first eye, kind of feeling like not so super, just knowing that there is a needle this close to my eyeball right now. And then he gets to the second eye and I was like, not feeling so good, and I kind of passed out for a quick second. That was just me personally, because I do struggle with anxiety and I just didn't like the fact that there was a needle that close to my eyeball. That was just a little snafu to no fault of anyone's, but I just thought that I would share that I just had to take a little nap in the waiting room, ate some chocolate covered pretzels. It was fine, but I've never liked needles. I normally faint when I get my blood drawn, so there you have it. Just fun facts about me. I wore makeup full blown probably maybe 2 or 3 weeks after I got my stitches out. Dr. Sinno said it was okay to start being gentle around the area as the wound, scar, stitch, what's that called? I'm a writer, I should know words. I don't know medical words. Incision, there we go. So Dr. Sinno wanted me to wait a little bit until the incision was starting to heal before I started, you know, going to town and like packing on probably glitter and stuff. I waited just personally because I didn't feel like I needed to, and I, for my own peace of mind, wanted to know that I was doing everything I could to help my incision heal nicely. I waited probably 2 or 3 weeks before I started really going in with the makeup. But I was wearing light everyday makeup like I normally would going to work 2 to 3 weeks after, and I felt totally good. Would I do it again? In a heartbeat. I wish that I had done it sooner. I am so thrilled with the results. And to a lot of people, it may not look like much. I'll show some of the before and afters now. But to me, it just makes such a huge difference. I feel like I wake up in the morning, I wash my face, I look in the mirror, and I don't look tired. And I felt like before I just looked very tired. And that is totally me personally, personal preference. If you have hooded lids and you don't mind them, rock them, love them, own it. I am shocked when I tell people that I've had it done now, or they notice, or they're like, I read your blog, or I saw your YouTube video. I didn't know you had that done. It really makes me feel good that they didn't know I had it done, because I don't want someone to look at my face and be like, whoa, what did you do to your face? I want them to look and be like, that's a nice mascara. Is that a new eyeshadow? And I told Dr. Sinno that's what I was going for. I was going for the, are you using a new mascara, not did you get new eyelids? I actually probably will have to do it in another 15, 20 years if I want to maintain this shape, because as you age, your eyelid does start to drop. And because I am prone to that and that's just my natural eye shape, I probably will see a drop. So in 15 to 20 years, doing it again. Won't even look back. By the way, let me show you a little update up close of what my eyelids look like. You really can't see the scar line at all, which is awesome. You definitely can't when my eyes are open. And from the side, look at how nice they look. So you definitely can't see it at all, but I will show you. Let me go wash on my makeup and I will show you without makeup. Now that my eyeshadow is off, I will show you up close. You can see there's just a touch of discoloration. It's just a little bit red. That's also because I just wiped my makeup off. But overall, Dr. Sinno said the scars will continue to lighten with time. The biggest thing though is protecting with SPF. So he gave me, this is what he recommends for all scar healing. It is Biocorneum Advanced Scar Treatment. It is silicone-based and SPF 30. So he said the biggest thing with all scars is sun exposure. And my mom, she has a scar on her neck actually, and her surgeon told her the same thing. That very first summer, she got her surgery in February. That very first summer, the doctor said the biggest thing was sun exposure. So she kept a Band-Aid over hers and made sure to use SPF when she wasn't wearing a Band-Aid over it, and her scar looks incredible. You can barely see it. So that is what I am planning on doing this summer as well, keeping it covered, big sunglasses, big hat, and this stuff. I use this morning and night almost every single day. Sometimes I won't do it in the morning depending on what eyeshadow I'm using. It does interrupt with my eyeshadow a little bit. Sorry, it's the truth. But I do use it every night for sure. The tiniest little bit. You just, little swipe. So those are my scars without any makeup on them. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the part 1 of this vlog down below if you would like, and follow me on all the social medias. Comment down below with any follow-up questions. Maybe next time I go back to see Dr. Sinno, we could meet him and chat. I don't know, I bet he'd be up for it. He seems like he'd be up for it. That is all. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. How do we feel about Courtney and her new man? TBH, I'm a Scott. Why can't I talk today? This is my new favorite wine, by the way. It's Love and Warmer. Got it at Target. It's like $10. Delightful.